Hello, once again, I'm brschultzSP500. Thank you for joining me. It is episode 39 of a long 10-year series into the end of the mid 2034 final bottom in markets, and that's what we're going to look at today. I'm going to take my normal 5-minute model and use the daily macro view and show you why we're looking at the early to mid 2034 for the final macro low in markets for the macro crash that's going to occur after the macro peak in about 59.7 months. So around Labor Day or Christmas of 2030, we'll see a macro peak in the markets. Then you're going to see a very strong decline, and then the macro bottom in the markets will occur in roughly 106.5 months from now. So we enjoy the roaring 20s while it lasts because the granddaddy crash is on its way. Let's look at that real quick. So I have this also for 1977, but this is the blue wave that I've created recently, 6-7 months ago, and then I put the daily data in to see what it would say for the macro view. But right now what you're viewing is the crash that took place at the end of 2008 to early 2009, so that was the final bottom in markets, correct? So you had the crash in 2003, of course, but then also the final bottom was in early 2009. That's when all the home flippers and everything people were buying homes on the cheap. So you can see that this beautiful 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 count, or even more, right? There might even be another count after the 6, which would bump everything else up. So it could be a 9 or 10 count, really, in all reality. Started in 1976, right? And then it hit its head at point number 8, and that created the final top in the graph itself, which is offset, obviously, from, well, actually, it's not even offset. It's over the year 1999, early 2000. So that was the final peak in markets. And then you saw the final bottom in 08 and 09, so about a 10-year stretch there where markets crashed. So why is that important? Because you need to have the back test, right, to know what the current model is synced properly. So this is the back test. So this gave us the historical data determines the future from all the data from 1976 all the way through 1999, gave us the crash that occurred in the final bottom in early March 2009 or late 2008. So let's look at the current model, right? Okay, so this is current day, and we have a nice beautiful 1, 2, 3 based on the 2003 low, the 2009, 10 low, and the crash that occurred. It was I think it was the 15, 16 low in markets. So they have a beautiful 1, 2, 3 already set up. And essentially, you're looking out to early mid 2034 for the final crash low. So that's why we're looking at a granddaddy type style of a peak in the market and then a big crash. It's going to be very dire in markets from 2031 through 2033, more than likely. But if you want to know why I believe what I believe, why or how I come to the point where I come to, this is the bottom, right? I've shown you the peaks before and on the macro scale with monthly data. I've shown you that multiple views. I'm not sure what part that would be early in the 2025 here, but you know that. Oh, actually, you can see the bottom of my graphs as well here. So I have the first peak obviously around the Super Bowl of 2028, and then I have the final peak in markets around the September late 2030 timeframe. And you're hearing a lot about 2030 as well with. Used to be the electrical car mandate. You're hearing about cryptocurrencies, things of that nature, trying to form one world government, things of that nature, one world currency, blah 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 blah. And so the end times of the world continues to drum on. And how does it all unfold? How does it all come together? Is yet to be determined. But more than likely, this stretch of time from 2031 through 2033 will be a major a step towards a one world government, obviously, because as the world collapses, the world economy collapses in 2031 through 2033. Should it collapse as I view it, all that time will be utilized to consolidate more and more power, essentially, in the world system, right? So who knows? I'm not sure if it's the end of the world. Who knows? I don't know if there will be a major war that occurs in that window of time. You know, everyone's open to their own interpretation. Do they take away everyone's money and just give them a cryptocurrency of some nature so they can control everyone in the world at that time? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of speculation what could happen. Obviously, hopefully the U.S. government takes every step in order to try to prevent that. But with all the technology we have and all the All the talks by Peter Thiel right now, obviously talking about the end of time, the one world government, the Antichrist, things of that nature. Peter Thiel is pretty well known. Contemporary for a technocrat. He obviously is a very big billionaire, big name. You hear a bunch of stuff on YouTube anyways. But this is why I believe that you'll see the bottom of the markets occur around early to mid 2034. Thank you so much for watching me on brschultzSP500. Until next time, take care. Then you might remember this. I believe I developed this back in early August. You'll see that the early 2025 targets were 60.70, 64.90, and the next one was 68.10, so 68.40. I also got set up in the mid-late time frame of 2025, so I believe that the next major peak in markets for October 3rd will fall right around the 68.00 to 68.50 mark, and then hopefully that proves my pricing theorem true. And then we would see a crash into roughly October 20th through 22nd, 23rd, somewhere in there. Again, this is just a snippet of the GoFundMe page. I didn't want you to forget that, so thank you. And please bookmark it, whatever, and watch it over the next decade or into late 2034. Thank you so much.